Hi boys and girls, today we are going to work on lesson 157. We are on arithmetic, and the first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to go over our concept cards. Today we are going to be talking about rounding off mixed numbers. That's what we're going to practice today. Let's go ahead and start with our concept cards and then we'll go from there. Okay? Area of a square, area of a rectangle, perimeter of a square, perimeter of a rectangle. That's the formula on how to calculate Fahrenheit to Celsius. Formula how to calculate from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Our normal body temperature in Celsius. The boiling point of water in Celsius. The freezing point of water in Celsius. Our normal body temperature in Fahrenheit. The boiling point of water in Fahrenheit. The freezing point of water in Fahrenheit. Okay, so those are concept cards for today. We are gonna go and we're gonna work on rounding off mixed numbers. So I am going to go ahead and put this in our projector and we're gonna work through it together. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is lesson 157, like I said before, and we're gonna be rounding off mixed numbers. So in order for us to understand how can we round off mixed numbers, we need to know that to round a mixed number to a whole number, drop the fraction if it's less than half. If the fraction is half or greater, drop the fraction and add 1 to the whole number. So you have an example, 7 3/4 rounds to 8, because like they said here, if it's half or greater, you add 1. So 7 3/4, that rounds up to 8. Okay? For this one, 4 1/5, this one is gonna round off to 4 because that is not half or more, so it stays the same. Okay? Let's look at the class practice. Okay, so it wants you to, it says write greater than or less than in each of the circle. If the numerator is more than 1/2 the denominator, the fraction is greater than 1/2. So on the first one is half and then 2/7. So we want to say that 1/2 is greater than 2/7. So we will use the greater than sign. Number 2. 1/2, right? Half and 2/3. So we want to say that 1/2 is less than 2/3. Okay? On letter C, 3/5 and 1/2. So we want to say that 3/5 is greater than 1/2. Okay? Letter D, 5/9, 1/2. So we want to say that 5/9 is greater than 1/2. Okay? Number 2 says, round to the nearest whole number. So remember what we read before. It says to round a mixed number to a whole number, you need to drop the fraction if it's less than 1/2. If the fraction is 1/2 or greater, you drop the fraction and add 1 to the whole number. So the first number that we have here is 3, 2 over 3. So because that is greater than half, we are going to round this to 4, to the whole number, so that becomes a 4, okay? Letter B, 6 and 1/2, because it is half or greater, we're going to add 1, so that becomes a 7. For letter C, 7 and 3/5, because it's greater than a half, that rounds off to 8. Letter D, 9 and 3 over 4, because it's more than half or greater, then 9 becomes a 10. We add 1 more to it. Letter E, 11 and 1 over 10, that's going to stay the same, 11, because we only add 1 to the whole number if the fraction is half or greater. Letter F, 5 and 7 over 8, because it is greater than half, we add 1 and it becomes a 6, okay? Divide and round to the nearest whole number. So if we do this one, letter A, how many times does the 13 go into 6? That's gonna be 2, and we're gonna have 12, and we're gonna have a remainder of 1. So it would be 2 and 1 over 6, right? And that, if we wanted to round that, because it is not greater than half, it stays as a 2, okay? For letter C, 5 into 37, how many times does the 5 go into the 37? That's going to be 7, and that 7 times 5 is 35. I have 2, so I have 7 and 2 over 5. And that, because it is not greater than half, is gonna stay as a 7, okay? The number 4 says study the illustrations and round the blue sections to the nearest whole number. So if we look, we have 3, 3, and 2. So if we look at that, that would become a 3. Okay? You're gonna finish up this review. You're gonna read the story problem, and we're gonna read it together, and I'm gonna answer the first one. It says Benedict, sorry about that, there we go. Benedict Arnold is remembered as the American general who turned traitor during the American War for Independence. For 16 months, Arnold corresponded with the British. After his treason was discovered, he escaped to the British. Arnold demanded £20,000 for the British for his losses, but received only £6,315. He was granted 13,400 acres in Canada. He died defeated, scorned, and in debt. In which century was Arnold born? It says that he was born in 1741 and died in 1801. So he was born in what century? 18. How old was Arnold when he died? From 1741 to 1801, that's how many years? That's gonna be 60, okay? So you will continue answering those questions and finish up this worksheet. Remember that with this lesson, you do have a quiz, so make sure that you complete your quiz.